those nights in Montreal. Forget the sweetest thoughts of you and me.
Listen. Walk in the place, they know my face. Billion air boys, ice cream dripping across the floor. Big house, garage, Bentleys, Ferrari. Wanna go before I say nah, let me check my itinerary. Alright, G4, G-Fly, bed in the back so I have a G-night.
What's up, y'all? Good morning. Bringing y'all with me on my first interview in LA. This is for a facility security coordinator position. I'll give more details later about why I'm taking the security job or interviewing for a security position as opposed to film related stuff. We'll talk about that a little bit later on in the video. But for now, it is 11:52 LA time, so the lady who called me about the interview, she suggested, it's a big echo in here. I wonder if I should have put the windsock on this thing. But anyway, she called and suggested that I get in the meeting 5 minutes early. I wanted to do 10 minutes early. Like I said, it's 11:53 right now. So it starts at 12. So I got 2 more minutes to talk. But I wanted to get in 10 minutes early for me. But I had to set up cameras and stuff. So it is what it is. I am in a conference room in my apartment building. You can rent conference rooms for free, man. I'm still looking at that monitor. All these videos later, and I'm still looking at the monitor. Just stick with me, man. It's gonna get together. But anyway, after the interview, I'll talk a little bit more and give y'all more details on why specifically I'm doing this. And now let me just tell y'all right now, so you don't have to wait. This in no way is indicative of me giving up film or nothing like that. Again, we'll talk about it. So that's done. Interview went well. I don't really have any issues with the interview. The company is some weird name. It was like some weird Chinese or Japanese name. I'm not sure what the guy said. I forgot. It was, damn, I wish I would have wrote it. That's why I have this in case I needed to write notes or something like that. But I don't know what he said. Anyway, so like I said, the interview went good. Like I said, the position is a facility security coordinator position. The pay is really substantial. I'm talking about substantial even for LA. So that would be a blessing. But let me go sit somewhere else and get out of this weird echo, and then I'll tell y'all more about everything in a minute. All right, I'm back. What y'all think about that view, man? It's crazy, ain't it? Anyway, so you know what? I decided this video will be a part of, or this segment, what I'm talking about right now, it'll be a part of my my 30 days in LA, my first 30 days in LA video. So let me explain that to y'all real quick. So I might have said this before, I don't remember, but I shoot stuff here and there, like periodically. I pick up my camera, man, and I just shoot. You know, sometimes I don't really have a solid plan in mind at any given moment. Sometimes it's just like, bro, you want to vlog, so vlog. You know, sometimes it's just like, bring your camera with you. If you have something you want to say it. So for now, like, y'all might realize that my videos, sometimes they may seem to start randomly or end abruptly. It's because at this current point, even now, I still haven't edited. Of course, by the time y'all see this, that video will have been released. But as far as like real time right now, I want to say 2 of my videos have released on YouTube, and 1 of them is set to premiere on February 1st, I think. Today's the 30th. So happy Lunar New Year to anyone who celebrates Lunar New Year that may be watching this. But anyway, which was yesterday? Going into today? I don't know. But yeah, so right now, because of the fact that I'm not caught up on things that I've recorded, when I go and look, I kind of just put things together the way that they kind of seem like they flow, or more so in order of chronological events, you know? So like, all right, let's just use this video because of, you know, let's talk about it as I'm doing it. I had that interview a little while ago, and I got called for that interview yesterday afternoon. It wasn't until last night that I was like, you know what? I'm gonna record the interview. I'm gonna at least say a few words before the interview starts. And then of course I could just keep the camera rolling, get some B-roll of the interview, whatever, and then talk about it after. And then, so I mean, that was the only thought at that point, right? So when I got upstairs, I was like, no, that's not what happened. When the interview was over, I said a couple of words, and then I was like, I'm gonna talk to y'all a little bit more about it in a second. Once I went inside and changed clothes, I was like, I'm gonna go up to the roof and do a little bit of talking. And then on the way to the roof, I was like, you know what? I guess I can kind of make this my first 30 days in LA video type thing. So it's just, I kind of just be going on the fly. You know what I'm saying? And again, I think one of the biggest reasons for that is because I'm just recording on the fly, and because I got so much other footage backed up. Now, once I get all the footage that I currently have, once I get all that cut into however many videos, and I don't have any footage left, the video after that, whenever that is, the video after that is probably gonna feel like a full cohesive video, and like it's probably gonna feel like I planned for that video to be that way, right? But for now, man, I promise I'm just shooting, and then once I feel like I done shot like a couple of hours worth of footage, I start putting it together. I shape it into a story as I'm going, and then I make that a video. You know, I'm very disappointed with the way that that I shot things as far as packing in Houston, and then the traveling. I didn't get nearly enough footage in El Paso. I got a tad bit of footage on the road, but remember, like I said, I'm limited by my camera. Like right now, this looks damn good. This looks damn good right now. However, anybody who knows anything about cameras, it's hella overcast today. So when it's super overcast, you got this natural diffuser. The light is very soft on my face. I got it at f6.3 ISO 100. If you can get to ISO 100 and you have a decent camera, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna have nice, clear, crispy footage. The biggest problem that you're gonna run into is YouTube and Instagram compressing your damn footage. That pisses me off so bad. Like, to shoot something and then I'm looking at it when I'm editing, like, damn, this looks good, right? Export with all the settings that people recommend that you use, and then you look at the finished product on YouTube and you're like, bruh, I know this shit was more clear than that. You know, so right now as I'm looking at this monitor, it looks damn good. But anyway, so that's enough rambling. Getting to the point of the interview. So I haven't given up on film, photography, none of that, like I said. But let me let that helicopter pass. I swear it's like real life GTA out here. I mean, every day it's sirens and fire trucks and police cars just zipping up and down the road, man. It's crazy. But so here's my plan, right? This was my plan. And I'm gonna do a separate video on the how of a lot of things. But this was my plan because I didn't transfer with a job out here or nothing like that. My plan was that when I got here, I was gonna sign up for a lot of ride share and or delivery type services like Amazon Fresh, like DoorDash. I found so many others that are like package, like last minute package delivery, last minute document delivery. I think I found like 10 or 12 different companies. Neither of them were accepting new drivers. Not a one of them was accepting new drivers. You could have never told me that that would have been the case. So I'm already down, 0 to 1 when it came to that. The next thing that I decided to do, I was like, okay, cool. So to explain, this is what I want to do. Let me tell y'all how I got to this point. Sometimes you know stuff, but you don't know that you know. It's like putting the whole putting 2 and 2 together kind of thing. You know something, but it takes somebody else to say something or like for you to kind of see or hear something else, and then the light bulb pops on. So I was chilling in my computer, and my girl was working with somebody, and she needed some promo videos. So of course my girl plugged me, and I talked to the client, and the client was like, well, all I really need is like something, because she was like trying to promote some kind of like mindfulness relaxation retreat in Arizona or something like that. So she was like, I don't care how you do it, you have 100% creative freedom. I just need some videos that kind of tell the story of or show people who are, relaxing. They are being mindful, maybe people on a spiritual journey or something like that. So, I got on a stock footage website, and I pulled some things that sounded a lot like what she wanted. Put it on the timeline so it could tell a story. And then I went and found some music that went with it. And I got some AI. Well, so I went to ChatGPT, gave it a description. It gave me some text. I edited the text a little bit. And then I went to an AI voiceover program, put that text there, and I was able to choose a voice for the program. I mean, for the words. Put that on the timeline over the video. I did 5 of them for her because she had like a theme that had 5 subtopics. And so put it out on timeline, and she loved it. I mean, she used words like phenomenal. She used blown away. And it was then, no, it wasn't then. That kind of put the seed in my mind. But me and my girl, man, we goofy. So whenever those like medication commercial ads come on, like Ingress, that crazy crap. So we sit there, we sing it, and we just make jokes about it and whatever. And it hit me. I'm like, yo, this ain't shit but stock footage. This ain't nothing but a bunch of stock footage. Some of them be recorded on site, but a lot of it is a lot of stock footage that somebody put together with some AI voiceover and some elevator music, and boom, you got the finished product. So I was like, yo, if I can get in touch with a creative director, marketing manager, or something like that for a large corporation, they would pay a contractor thousands of dollars, like anywhere between like $5,000 and $20,000 to come in and do some crap like that. You might can even get a retainer, you know what I'm saying, like a $4,000 a month retainer to pop out 5 videos a month for a company. I'm like, yo, that's the move. Y'all, I got out here and compiled a list. This is after none of the ride share and delivery services. I tried that first because that was the easiest way to get money fast. I called 146 companies. I just for like the whole first and second week. It took me the first week to make the list, and the whole second week that I was here to get through the list, researching the companies, and then getting the phone numbers and the addresses and the email, trying to find the email, and all that kind of stuff. When I was done, it was about 140 something companies. When I tell you I called every single one of them, and not one of them was looking for a videographer, period. And I tried so many different things. I ran across this dude on Threads that said that he no longer tells companies or, managers or whoever that he's a videographer. He tailors his title to their needs. So I changed my title to a visual media strategist. I just felt like that sounded like it fits the bill. And yeah, I got nothing. Probably about a year ago, I watched a video with this guy saying that cold calling does not work. 99% of the time, you're not going to get crap off of cold calling. But that's kind of all that I have right now. You know what I mean? Or had at that time. So, after going through all those businesses and kind of talking to different people, really everybody kind of was on the same thing. They was like, bro, you barely been there a few weeks. You know what I'm saying? You know how long it takes people to really get situated? You've been there a few weeks. I get that and I agree with that. But when it's a situation where you need money right now, if you ain't trying to knock off a bank, you got to get to it. So I appreciated the kind words. And I was talking to my girl about it. And she was like, well, what about broadening your horizons a bit? Because I applied for several videographer, podcast producer, all kind director of photography, all kind of positions like that. I'm talking like $85,000, $100,000 a year. I applied for a lot of those positions, and haven't been getting anything. So, and just as a reminder, I got a degree in this shit. I'm not just a random dude that's trying to get into. I have a degree in film, and I've been on feature-length film sets. I have experience, so this ain't like I'm just a rando. It's like, I want this position. Nah, like I got the education and the experience to have these positions. It's just tough because, for as much opportunity that's here, it's oversaturated with filmmakers and photographers. So it's just a part of the journey. It's a part of it comes with the territory, as they say. So I was talking to my girl and she was like, well, what about broadening your horizons? And, you got hella security experience. Why don't you start applying for some security stuff and see what happens? That don't mean give up on film. That don't mean give up on photo. That don't mean stop applying to those kinds of jobs. But just in the meantime, just go ahead and start, trying to get back into some security stuff. So to talk about that for a minute, I started my security style journey in like 2008. And for context, I'm 36. 2008, I probably was like 19. That was loss prevention at Sears in Macomb, Mississippi. Did that for a while. Left and went to the police academy. Became a sheriff's deputy, which is also, you may as well say, security related, right? So I was a sheriff's deputy in Lincoln County, Mississippi. That wasn't paying enough. So I had 2 jobs. I went and got a job at Walmart as asset protection. Here we go again, another security style related job. So I did asset protection, and I used that job to transfer to Houston. So I was still doing asset protection when I got to Houston. When I stopped doing that is when I started doing actual security. And I just rose through the ranks from like basic parking lot patrol to like having my own office and desk and that type of thing. I really rose through the ranks in security. So realistically, from 2008 to the last time I did security was 2021. That's a lot of years of experience doing security, loss prevention, asset protection, police style things. So I really have a hell of a resume when it comes to security. I keep feeling like I'm hearing something behind me. I know that little waterfall thing is over there, but it sounds like a person. Anyway, so realistically, it shouldn't be hard to, go ahead and get back into security. So I did open my horizons and I applied for a couple of security positions. And lo and behold, like I said, Robert Half called me. And this was yesterday afternoon. And they were like, can you interview tomorrow? I'm like, yes. 12 o'clock? Yes. So that's what the first part of the video was. I was interviewing for that. I feel like it went well. The dude said he's going to be interviewing more people over the course of like a month and a half. That's a long time. That part sucks. But I appreciate the call. It gave me hope. Somebody seeing my resume, my application, and being like, this dude is worth calling. It felt good. The guy seemed like he liked me. He seemed like he was digging what I was saying. Everything that he mentioned about the position is something that I've done or had to deal with based on my experience, and I could see it in his face that he was like impressed as I was explaining my knowledge of the questions that he was asking me. So it looks good, I'm keeping my hopes up. I'm trying to stay positive because there's no telling who he could interview over the course of a month and a half. But I'm very spiritual. I'm very, I believe in God and all of that. So what's for you is for you. If this is for me, it's for me. If it's not, got to give me something else. It just sucks that as we know, his timing, our timing is not always his timing. So we might be drowning and ain't nothing but this much of a finger above water. And we like, God, where you at, man? I'm about to drown here. He'll let you get about this far under that water before he decide to pull you back up. So I'm trying to be positive, man, and just be hopeful. But that's it for now. Cause I've been rambling. What is that? About 20 minutes? God damn, I've been talking a long time. But I had a lot to say. Of course, y'all gonna fast forward through it if you don't want to hear it, no way. But I'm gonna let y'all check that view out for a little bit more. And I'm gonna get at y'all in a little bit. What's up? Good morning. It's 11:47. Good morning, Pacific time. I said Pacific, not specific. Anyway, hope y'all doing good. Hope everything is going well. So I have a few pieces that I've gotten recently that I want to share with y'all. One of the hardest things to find for me is pants, man. I'm freaking 6'6". So, and then look, all right, listen. Y'all see me a lot. And you can see that I'm tall, probably, but it's complicated. My waist is weird, right? So I was wearing I was 6'6" in a 34 for like the longest time. I've been 6'6" since probably like 11th grade, right? I know I'm not getting any taller. But I think that because I'm getting a little bit wider or have gotten a little wider over time, that like when I put on pants that are the correct length, I think my waist takes up some space and then it makes my jeans look shorter or my pants look shorter. Cause I know shirts kind of do that too. If you have if your chest goes out more, it'll also take up from the length of the top.
It's hard to explain. So anyway, I've been in a 36 for probably, let's see, look, wait a minute, let me go back. So when I changed to size 36 waist, and I tried some, it was a 36, 34, and the 34 was too short. I'm like, bro, I know I'm not getting taller. Like, why is the 34 too short? That's when I started to realize maybe because I'm growing out, it's taking some slack up from the length. So for the past maybe 3 or 4 years, I've been in the 36, 36. And I'm also in the process of transitioning out of a lot of my size large shirts because I'm a true extra large. Now, for the longest time, extra large was like a flag on me and I had to wear larges. And even back then, this is like 2015-ish or so, I could even do a medium depending on what brand it was. But yeah, now I'm a true extra large. I mean, if I do get a large, it'll fit that day, brand new, one wash, and it's over with. So right now I'm 36, 36, true extra large. And honestly, I'm teetering on the edge of 38. Like I could probably do a 37, you know, but that's not a commonly produced size. It's just like when you go in the store every now and then, you'll see like a 31, you know what I mean? But it's not common. To be honest though, if I could find 37s, I would go ahead and just start wearing 37s. So I wear belts. I mean, quick story. You know, back in high school, most of us used to sag. High school, middle school, most of us used to sag our pants all the time for no reason, just to do it, right? Nobody had to tell me to stop doing that. Most of the changes that have happened in my life with my mentality, it hasn't been somebody telling me that I need to stop doing something or I need to change. Most times I kind of just reach a moment in my life where I'm like, why have I been doing this? And sagging my pants was that thing. One day I got tired of holding my pants up while I was walking around school. I was like, you know what? I need a belt. And I've been like that ever since then. I'm so uncomfortable if I'm walking around without a belt. The only time I'm okay with it, and this is the point that I'm making now, is when my jeans or my pants fit kind of exact. Because if they're exact in the waist, I don't need a belt. But I don't like my pants kind of just going up and down all throughout the day. So, said that to say, I got me some jeans finally. And what I've been wearing have been 36s, but they're not very fashionable, just some basic Levi's. I want to say they're 511s. I can't remember. Straight leg, not slim, they're just straight. I don't have a lot of jeans. I got those. I got 2 or 3 kind of relaxed straight leg fits from like Old Navy and 2 skinny jeans from ASOS. And I'm kind of phasing out of the skinny jeans thing. And I'm really, right now, like my style is really baggy vintage, kind of like almost 90s, but like not baggy and raggedy. It's if you know fashion, you kind of know what I'm talking about. You know, just the baggy, cool, relaxed kind of thing. I want to start kind of getting into the men's crop tops, but my belly ain't crop top ready. So we're going to chill on that. But yeah, let's get into these pieces and then give y'all a couple more stories about some other things. All right, so let's start with the tops. So for the tops, a couple of tops from Uniqlo. Man, the autofocus on this thing is so slow. But you don't need to see that. You know what Uniqlo is. So actually, quick story time. I know y'all here right now for the clothes, but quick story time, right? So I used to dance. I used to like dance, like battle dance, like seriously freaking dance. Like I was at a battle every Friday in Jackson, Mississippi. Anyway, back then there was a group of guys and they all had on like these colorful jackets and tops or whatever. And it was 4 of them and they did a super cool dance video. That was one of my favorite dance videos like ever. It still is. And the name of the video was called Uniqlo Mix Play. Back then, I had no idea that Uniqlo was a clothing brand. No freaking clue. I hadn't seen that video for, man, probably 15 plus years or so. This whole time still not knowing that Uniqlo is a clothing brand. And I saw, you know how like you see something and it sparks like this old memory and you just like can't pull it out, but it triggers you in a certain type of way. Not triggered negatively, but anyway. So when I went to Uniqlo for the first time here in LA, there's one like a mile away from here. We walked down there and we just checked it out. And there were things about it that were like triggering memories, but I couldn't put my finger on it. And so somewhere in my mind, I mixed play and unique something, like it was jumbled in my mind. I couldn't put it together. So I got home and I started searching a bunch of random combinations of those words, trying to put two and two together, and found out that all those years ago, that group, that dance video was actually an ad for Uniqlo. And then when I finally found the video again and watched it, first of all, it still hits just as hard as it did back in the day. But when I found that video and watched it, at the very end, you know, Uniqlo's logo, it's a red block. I mean, this here is red on the storefront. At the end of the video, that block came up and it spent in a little circle. That's why when I went into the store and saw it, my mind was trying to bring that memory out, but it wouldn't come out. Anyway, so that story time about that. So all I got from Uniqlo are two just plain t-shirts. This is, you know, just a plain white one and a plain black one. And shout out to JB. His YouTube channel is the JB Journal. He's a pretty fashionable dude. I watch him all the time. And he pretty much advertised this in his, I don't think it was paid. He was just saying. But he mentioned being able to go to Uniqlo and get some cool little tees. I mean, these tees are really, they're high quality. I mean, they're thick. They look kind of stretchy. And then for me, I'm kind of going through my skinny fat phase. So I got that little gut. I can see this, you know, draping nicely because thank God I got decent genetics. So when I do train and work out, my shoulders are nice and broad and, you know, they kind of sit up a bit. So even if I got a little belly, the attention of my shoulders and my traps will take away from the little gullet. Anyway, so just a black and a white. I think these were like 17 and change a piece. I definitely want to go back and get more, like multiple black and white, and then they got like tan and other colors. I mean, you could do a mint green. But anyway, that type of stuff goes a long way. All right. Also, H&M. So with H&M, like I said, I'm really into vintage. And this doesn't look vintage. Like it's not, you know, vintage tops are, first of all, most of them are actually vintage. They're actually from the 90s or whatever, 80s, so forth. This isn't vintage. However, it's talking about Kodak. Are Kodak cameras even still a thing? I don't know. And me being into cameras and all that stuff, filmmaking, I should know. But I really liked this on the back. I just thought that was real cool. And I mean, it's film. Now I do know that people actually do still film with film. There's actually a film event. I can't remember. It was called like the LA Film House or something like that. They actually had a grand opening last week and I didn't go. I should have went. But yeah, so that's this one. And then of course, a black version that's similar. Again, like I said, I know that this is not vintage. However, it's got a vintage vibe. That's kind of what I'm trying to say. It's got a vintage vibe. So I really like that. And then on to the jeans. So like I was saying about the jeans, I really want to find a place where I can get fashionable jeans for my size, all right? It's hard to find fashion, like jeans with the rips, jeans that might be bleached or you know, have decent, you know, different wash gradients and stuff. I mean, this kind of has a slight wash to it, but like I said, these are just the baggy, I should probably try them on, but I don't feel like it. So yeah, these are just the baggy, did I say Gap? I don't think I said Gap. If I did, my bad, I meant Old Navy. But you can't really tell how wide the leg is here. But I did try them on before, and I mean, they fit pretty good. Like I said, they are kind of exact on the waist, but not so exact that I can't get away with it. It's not a struggle to button. It's kind of a struggle to zip because once I have them buttoned, there's not really much slack across like this part. So I did have to kind of squeeze my knees together to zip, but they weren't too tight. I mean, I had more than enough slack. I mean, they're baggy, right? You can see I got small legs. So that's this pair though. When I was looking at this online, I'm pretty sure I thought this was black, but this is like a dark navy with a slight stone wash. And this pair is just, of course, regular denim blue jeans. Yo, I'm tripping. I just remembered. I'm sitting here showing y'all this. I forgot about the jacket pickups. All right, so check these out. And then give me 2 seconds. Let me go show y'all the jacket pickups and a pair of boots that we got as well. And then I'll be done. I'll be right back. Yo, so these were my birthday gifts from my girl. We went to it's a vintage store in Hollywood called Jet Rag. That store, fire, okay? All right, hold on. Because when I say that way, it makes me feel like I'm exaggerating. I'll say they have a lot of nice pieces. And I was able to find so much fire for like $180 total that store is sold for me. Whenever I have a little cash and I'm in the market to, maybe get some tops, get some jackets, maybe some vintage boots or something like that, Jet Rag has earned a spot into being the first store that I'm gonna hit just to look. I mean, it's 2 stories and it's just sprawling. I mean, it's so much stuff. Wait a minute, sprawling might be the wrong term because that makes it sound like it's as big as Walmart. It's not, but it's a large store. They got a lot of jackets, a lot of jeans, denim. They got some really old school stuff, like old school, verified 50s, 60s, a lot of 90s and things. But anyway, let's get to the point. So this jacket right here, it's so white, okay, no, it shows up pretty good. I can drop the highlights when I edit. But this is just a shell, little rain shell windbreaker. Yes, that says Kikkoman, like the soy sauce. And I love Kikkoman soy sauce, so I mean, this is fire. I didn't know about the Primitive brand sauce, but whatever. This is a cool jacket, real Japanese inspired. Man, I'm with it. It's a 2X now, so it's too big. But again, broad shoulders. It worked out fine on my shoulders. It's just really long, which is cool. It's a shell, so like if it's raining or something like that, I'm back to looking at the monitor. I was doing good, man. I was doing so good. Anyway, but yeah, so if it's raining or something, it gives me extra coverage in the length. Finally got me a denim jacket, right? Now, I'm still growing in the fashion world. I'm still growing. So I don't quite know if I should or could put this jacket with these pants. I have tops that I know gonna go hard with these pants, but I don't know about this particular jacket. I don't know if like when you do denim, and I'm gonna do some more research. I'm getting even deeper. Like every day I'm getting deeper and deeper into fashion. So I don't know with this if I should do same color denim with the jacket, or could I do like straight black denim and then this jacket? I think that one sounds like it works in my head, but like this jacket with these pants, I don't think I would ever do something like that. You know what I mean? So now, well, never mind. So yeah, that's this denim jacket, and it's by freaking George. We all saw George back in Walmart, like when mom took us school shopping, we was like 10. Walmart had the George brand was hitting. So anyway, so that's that. I mean, you don't even know it's George. It's just fire. All right. So this freaking varsity jacket though, the Letterman, this is fire. I don't know if this is actually a school, but this is fire. So yeah, I love me a good varsity jacket. And then last, but absolutely, bruh, I'm not gonna even fix it. Absolutely not least, these freaking Timbs. These bad boys, so y'all don't think I'm bull crapping. It won't even focus. It's hating on me. Them bad boys was $55. Hold on, maybe I can get it to focus. I want you to see it for yourself. These bad boys was $55, man. Yo, that's crazy. So they're not even American. These are Hungarian. I looked it up. I spent an entire evening and the half of the next day trying to find these boots so I could know how much they cost. And here's I don't know, I mean, that just proves that the leather is, I hate that this thing doesn't focus where I want to focus it at. I guess that just proves the leather is genuine, but these are so freaking cool, man. I mean, $55, size 13. These bad boys easily 200, 220. Come on, man. Like, clean. You got the little straps on the side or whatever. And, you know, you got to have hold on. You know, you got to have a little, you know, the little deal or whatever. But these are called I think they were called the Premium Foundry something. Timberland Premium Foundry 6-inch somebody. And of course the 6-inch is talking about this area right here. But yeah, this is a sick pickup, man. Sick pickup. So I can see these right here with, hold on, give me a second. With these bad boys right here, right? And I'm just putting together an outfit with what I have right here. With this right here, I can do the plain black tee, or I can do the Kodak tee, you know. So we'll do that. I will put that together. And I mean, I'm just really uneasy about this with these jeans, man. But even without this, that's a fit right there, right? And I got several hats, of course. You've been watching, you know, I wear hats all the time. I got several hats, so yeah. So that's my little mini haul. I definitely hope to be doing a lot more shopping soon, a lot more get ready with me, outfit of the day, possibly taking y'all with me, going to various stores. It's something I'm gonna have to get used to because even at Jet Rag, when you first pull up the Jet Rag, they got a big sign in the window that says no recording, no none of that. So, you know, being that this is the land of influencers, it's surprising how many stores be like, nah, bro. And I can get it because it's oversaturated. So I can understand that you irritated that every time you turn around, it's 12 teenagers in the store with cameras. I get that. That could be disruptive, distracting, mess up, you know, what you got going on with your sales and your vibe of your store or whatever. So, but anyway, get at y'all later.